So the police always tell me to throw my stuff away. And I see everybody else has stuff. They're not telling people to throw their stuff away. So the police is inciting Afrophobia against me under Eric Adams. And as soon as they start bothering me, the black American gang start calling me nigga, jumping me everywhere. So the police always tell me to throw my stuff away. And I see other homeless people have stuff. They're not telling them to throw their stuff away. You know. So they're inciting Afrophobia. You know, somebody has all this stuff on me, you know. And it's me they always bought on the train, said throw your stuff away. And I have my winter clothing, I have my anemia. So this is what I'm facing. This Eric Adams is setting his police. He's setting Africans up, poor Africans like me. I've been asking him for assistance for housing. They said he told them. Even the city council passed a law to be giving people free housing, Section 8, while they're homeless. They say he blocked it. Every other city has that. I criticize this Eric Adams a lot, and he told the police to be attacking homeless. Yeah, and they always come and bother me on the train, say you have too much stuff. You know, I'm like, other people have stuff also. I don't see you arresting other people. I don't see, you know. And I have my clothing. I'm a legal immigrant, and there's, you know, the right to own property in America. There's a, you know, the Fourth Amendment says, you know, you have a right to own property, and nobody should be intruding on your property rights. You know, every other person has stuff also. It is a country where they said the number one killer of homeless is pneumonia. It's pneumonia if they don't have enough clothing in the winter. Everybody has stuff also. And I came a long way. I'm a Nigerian, so I try to keep evidence of my immigration status and stuff in my bag and all kinds of other items. You know. People bother me for no reason. So please donate to my Cash App, NYC Homeless. Thank you.
How are you?
God bless you. And I come here for free food. And you know, I get extra food I put in my bag. This is why I have stuff, because I can't really afford the food here. The police took my home, and the food is expensive. It's like $20 a plate. I need like 3 plates to be filled. So I'm always getting free food stuff in my bag. And they told me, the police throw all your food away, throw everything away. I'm not going to be able to survive with the police telling me. Excuse me, does the police tell you to throw your stuff away also?
Oh, no.
You don't know, yeah. You know, apparently don't tell other people that.
Yeah.
They tell you to throw your stuff away also? No?
Sometimes.
Oh, really? What country are you from?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like they do. Yeah. And they're telling that to other immigrants also. That's not right. Elon Musk is a South African, now a US citizen. White. It says what trillions of dollars, their estimate is immediate asset to be over $500 billion. He owns Tesla, electric car, owns Twitter, owns a space company. And they don't try him to throw some of his businesses away or give it to charity. So, you know, food is very expensive in America. A plate of food like this will cost about $20 or more. So I load up on the food and I could eat it all week. Sometimes I eat my food cold. So sometimes they give us multiple food and I load it up, and this may be what I have to eat all week. And I said, please, and the person said, throw your food away, throw everything away. I'm like, you're gonna make me poor, more poor. So the police are engaging in some type of attempted genocide of African immigrants, and as the ICE is deporting a lot of Africans. Even someone like me that has papers, my mother was a US citizen, our own daughter's friend that's crazy, and locked her up. They took advantage of the way the police kicked my mother out of her basement apartment without a court order, and every Ghana was helping me and my mother with the court papers. They took every Ghana there. You know, people have belongings here in America. I just don't know how you can then focus on me, tell me to throw my stuff away. You know, so that's the number one problem I have with the police telling me to throw my stuff away. You know, and everybody has stuff. Yes, I used to have a storage, but during the COVID, they auctioned off all my property in the storage. After the police locked up in the mental ward and took all my property from me, you know. And they just scapegoat us immigrants. you know. And they treat us like we all have bed bugs. No, just traditionally they always call Africans and blacks dirty. They call Africans names like booty scratchers and black Americans. So their police force is not motivated by that hate. So when they see us in Africa, they think you have bed bugs. And you tell me, no, you can't have all your stuff. Throw it away. Throw it, you know. And they kept going and racial profiling me. You know, I'm sure a lot of Americans have diseases on them. Americans have all kinds of disease. I don't see them telling these people to go kill themselves. You know, and to stereotype Africans as dirty, as having bed bugs. I'm sure every house in America has some type of bed bugs, some kind of roaches. In Nigeria, the number one thing is mosquitoes. You know, and you buy pest control spray. Every house in Nigeria has mosquitoes. And you know, people survive, and mosquito kills people, malaria. So every house in Nigeria you have raid spray and all these local sprays made in Nigeria. You know. So if you're worried that and instead of stereotyping immigrants as having bed bugs or whatever, I'm sure a lot of Americans have bed bugs too. And you inform people. Buy bed bug spray. You know. In Nigeria the number one problem is mosquitoes killing people. And people have sprays and people survive. So, and they're bed bug spray. So instead of surrounding me, so you have too much stuff to your stuff. Even that was the time I used to put my stuff in the stroller. And it was stereotyping as an African and all Africans are disease carriers. And the governor banned me from saying, you know, if you're not a female, you can't have a stroller. I was born a male, I'm not a woman. So this is racial profiling. Their governor issuing the order that they should take away strollers from people that are not females and nursing a child. And now they see me with this. So they took all my stroller away, stole it, you know. And now they see me with this and the police surround me. So they are racial profiling me. That's an African, I must have some disease. They call Africans booty scratchers. So the police want to kill me for having stuff. They say they're going to lock me up in the mental ward. You know, so this is the governor, Oku, and their mayor, Eric Adams, they have a severe case of Afrophobia, in which they believe all Africans are disease carriers, and they now went and create a policy that, you know, homeless people can have bags. And they don't, you know, harass you because of that. This is racial profiling. All Africans are not booty scratchers, disease carriers, and they spray. So their police force needs to be arrested with this governor and mayor for stereotyping me, and it's me they always bother. They don't bother other people. Even though that guy was saying they bother him on side, I don't think so. You know, I've seen white people with luggages, they don't tell them to throw their stuff away. So please donate to my Cash App, NYC Homeless. I'm a homeless Nigerian. My mother's been killed. I own daughter's friend mental illness wanted to kill her early. My mother said they were just trying to kill her so they can get inheritance money, because me and my mother was suing the NYPD for taking me and my mother's home on Staten Island. Every Ghana was helping us, and every Ghana got choked dead by police. You know, and since that the lawyers in America don't want to help me, or my mother also when she was alive, you know, so I'm you know, it's almost 15 years now since the police took my home. And there was a court order that they said whenever the police removes somebody from a basement apartment through a city emergency order, they're supposed to put you in a hotel room and get you housing. And there's a class action lawsuit since the 1990s. The Legal Aid Society filed a lawsuit. And I've been contacting legal aid lawyers. Say, please, you represented some black Americans in the 1990s. And they won the case, so please, I'm part of that class settlement, because that case is grandfathered and extends to future cases. And the legal aid lawyers will contact me back. Apparently, legal aid only wants to be helping Americans only, don't want to help Nigerians. So I'm stuck here on the street. I contact the mayor all the time also. I'm going to send him this video also. They've just banned me on Instagram again. Every time I post messages on Instagram, they tell me I'm using too strong language. So they just banned me yesterday. I'm like, why am I using too strong language? I'm just saying the truth. They call Africans booty scratchers, treat us like we're disease carriers, people make fun of us. And when the police bother me, some black American guys start calling me nigger, get out of here, nigger. You know? So they're inciting hate attacks on Africans, but the police targeting me. So the governor needs to be arrested for Afrophobia, and the police commissioner, Jessica Tish, and the mayor, Eric Adams. They said something like this was happening in Los Angeles, where the police conspired against Hispanics to be arrested, Hispanics en masse, and those police officers were immediately arrested. So there's a conspiracy going on whereby the police and the governor and the mayor are conspiring to pick on poor African immigrants and use us as an example to, to scare other immigrants from coming here. That Eric Adams said the immigrants coming here as asylum seekers was going to damage New York's economy. He said that to Biden last year, and Biden ordered him arrested, that he was getting bribery from Turkey. And Trump said this Eric Adams free. So now Eric Adams is now back growing his wings, and he's now put the police on the train, and it's me as an African immigrant they're focusing on. They said the police have a special bias towards immigrants. They were mass arresting some of the Spanish immigrants in Times Square here area, and they also include African immigrants. So every little excuse they want to arrest me, put me in handcuffs. Say I have too much stuff, I'm like, this is how I survive. The food in America is so expensive, $20 a plate, and I come here sometimes they give me enough food to last me a whole week. And I put everything in my bag. I'm eating little by little. Yeah, I eat it cold. I eat it. Sometimes it's almost spoiled. But I be eating it. I eat it fast. Also, the whole week. This is how I survive. They refuse to comply with the court order. This Eric Adams is helping his fellow Black Americans that are removed by the city order. Like me and my mother was removed. He's put them in a hotel room right away. There were some Black Americans removed from their apartment in the Bronx. There was a fire. In the Bronx last year or so. And he visited the site to put those Black Americans in hotel rooms, prioritize them, and I contacted Eric Adams. I said, can you do the same thing for me? I have a green card, and he wouldn't do it for me. Although the police arrested me, he stole that green card. And I saw Eric Adams near the immigration office this year. He was going towards the New York Law School on Church Street, by Church Street. I said, sir, can you help me walk the way from me? So is engaging Afrophobia. They don't ban it from, even if their stuff is falling for it. They don't ban them from having stuff. And so it's against the law, the Brooklyn Federal Court issued an order in 2013, Floyd versus City of New York, that the police can't pick on people of color to criminalize every little thing we do. They can't just focus on us. And also, so I believe, and to prove there's a conspiracy going on, this year, they said an Hispanic male shoot police officers dead in Queens. And the governor went to the funeral. That police officer was living in Long Island, but comes to New York City to work as a police officer for NYPD. And said a Hispanic male killed him in Queens. So the governor went to the funeral for that police officer, and they said all the police officers turned their back on her. I'm a gay, I was born a male, I'm not a woman. Turned their back, put out their booty up against her as she was speaking. And they was telling her, give us power, give us power. And since then, she delegated Eric Adams to tell the police to be mass arresting immigrants. Even though the Hispanic guy that shot the police officer there was like Puerto Rican. But I guess, they don't really consider Puerto Ricans Americans. So the police are not targeting me as a Nigerian. I speak out against the police. And so one of the things, so they're just making up every excuses to be locking up people like me up in the mental ward. Since I said that Governor Oku was speaking at the funeral of that white police officer, in Long Island. And I said all the police officers turned their they were making fun of me. I'm a gay. And they were screaming, give us power, give us power. And since then, they've been focusing on me to arrest. As a gay Nigerian, I was born a male, I'm not a woman. So my life is in danger, and every time this police harasses me, some Black American gangs are also attacking me. So please, they're inciting copycat attacks. So please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless. I'm not looking for a lover, I'm not looking for marriage, I'm not looking to have a child with anybody. I'm just looking for non-conditional humanitarian assistance. Can I have more, please? Thank you. You know, so I'm not looking for a lover. I'm not looking to have a child with anybody. I'm not looking to be killed and someone inherits my property. So I know all kinds of scam going on. You know, so please donate money to me so I can get off the street. Thank you, sir. So I can get out of the street because I'm being targeted as a Nigerian, and there's a conspiracy between the NYPD and Governor Oku and this Eric Adam. Ever since a Spanish male killed the NYPD officer in Queens, he was driving and the NYPD tried to stop and shoot the NYPD dead. And they said the NYPD officers turned their back. The box stood up in the air as he was speaking, and they were screaming at her, give us power, give us power. And they walked out of the funeral. And ever since then, I noticed she instructed Eric Adams, because so that if they won't know the orders from her, to be telling the police to mass arrest all the minorities like me, and they've been surrounding me, so I can't have it back. So there's a racial conspiracy and Afrophobia between Eric Adams and this Governor Oku, and it's inciting other people to be attacking Africans like me. They say this Eric Adams also has been sending police to attack Africans, selling stuff on Canal Street, knocking them on the ground, calling them piece of shit. They always call Africans Buddhist scratches and stuff, and seizing $1 billion worth of their merchandise. You know, so please, this is how I survive. I collect free food and I eat it. It's not normal they give us more than this. Sometimes I could get up to 20 plates or close to it. I don't know why they're giving less tonight. You know, so, and I eat it slowly. So this is why I need my belongings. This is how I survive. You know, so they endanger my life. There's a Fourth Amendment right that protects me from visual inspection. When the police look at my bag and comment on my bag, on the size of my bag, that's against the law. They have guns and they can't be looking at me suspiciously, you know, and thinking I'm carrying disease and bed bugs in my bag. I buy bed bug spray. You know, every country in the world has pests. In Nigeria, the number one pest we have is, you know, mosquitoes. Mosquitoes kill people in Nigeria, and everybody has a mosquito spray. So if people have bed bugs in America, tell people to buy bed bug spray. There's one called Raid. Bed bug spray is guaranteed to kill bed bugs. One application, they say, kills bed bugs for 2 weeks. So educate people. But don't be telling the police to be arresting people and stereotyping me. You know, so they're scapegoating me, and all of their police officers that's been carrying out that illegal order. I put their videos on YouTube. In case anything happens to me, they should be arrested even now for attempted murder, because I think they're trying to kill me like that. A Spanish guy killed the police officer. And the police officers told Governor Oku, said give us power, give us power. So this is indiscipline. And she had state police with her, and she's a lawyer, our own child works for the FBI. And when you witness a crime under New York law, you're supposed to report it, that these police were disrespectful to you, they were insubordinate. She was supposed to arrest this police officer and tackle the issue of indiscipline. And she didn't arrest them, she left after trying to leave. So now this police surround me on the train. If I'm lucky, they tell me to leave the train. And so now they try to put me in handcuffs. Say I shouldn't have bags. You know, so they're bullying me, treating Africans like as disease carriers. So it's a racial stereotype telling me as an African I have too much bag. They're implying I have bed bugs, and they don't want me to infect their country with bed bugs. So if I arrest them for racial stereotype, the Brooklyn Federal Court told them to stop doing that. And all of their police officers have been doing this to me. I put their videos on YouTube. They need to arrest them. There has to be discipline in their police force. A lot of them, I'm 44, a lot of them are younger, in their 20s. But there's the whites that are disrespectful. There's some black Americans also copying this white. You know, they said the person that killed Eric Garner, my friends, was helping my court papers against the police, was like a 20-something-year-old. Eric Garner was in his 40s. So there's the, you know, there's the issue of disrespect of blacks by white, and some black Americans also copying this white in the police force. So they disrespect me. A lot of these police officers are young males. I'm a Nigerian. I'm old enough to be somebody's grandparent. I don't have a child. I'm not looking to have a child. I'm not looking to marry anybody. So this has to be handled. Don't train your children to be disrespectful to adults in America. That's not nice. Everybody can be poor. I'm in my 40s, you know. So no, the judges should please bear with me and handle all these unruly kids. You have your police force, and this African, you should know better. You should know better than to be having unruly kids who work in the police department and telling them to go after Africans. He should know better. If he doesn't know better, he needs to go back to prison. They said as a child, he was an unruly child that was engaging in abusing members of his own Black American community, prostituting women. At 14-year-old, they said he went to prison for prostituting women and beating these women up to collect their money. He was selling them to pimps. It was a pimp, so this was going on.